Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. Happy Monday. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Lovely weekend for everybody. Sounded like it was very nice. So,
Most of
it. Yeah, most of it. Yeah, most of it. Virginia, sounded like you were relatively tranquil with the kids over the weekend.
Yes. After Mags got those wisdom teeth out and we got the feeling back in her lip, then yes, we tried to lay low.
All Saturday morning, I'm texting Virginia, did Max get a feeling back?
Because she was still sleeping. I woke up at like 6 a.m., panicked about the lip, and I'm texting Jaybird about it because I know he's the only person up.
it's like 5:30 in the morning.
It's 5:30 in the morning on Saturday, and I am in my den losing my mind, talking to myself, texting Jaybird.
That's pretty much what she said. She goes, I'm in the dark right now, just stewing. I'm losing my mind. I'm so fucking pissed. This better not be what I think. I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I
Still fiery, huh?
I should have waited to ask how Max was doing.
She didn't wake up till like 11. So
Jeez,
when she woke up, I was trying to be cool. I didn't go in her room and tell her I was panicked about her lip. I was like, so how you doing? Because she didn't know that he hit a nerve. She was out when that happened. So I was just like, hey.
How does he know that, I'm wondering? Because
he told me. So she's under. She's completely under anesthesia. She's out. But they know that they hit a nerve because the patient's arms will do this.
Oh,
and they can't feel anything. So it's not a pain reaction. It's a nerve. And that's how he knew he had hit the nerve.
The arms
and
shake.
You might as well have hit my nerve.
Are you able to tell or say what the doctor said the first time that really rubbed you the wrong way?
Yeah, I already said it once.
Did you say it on the air?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I'll say it again.
I didn't know you did.
We were in the office and, I was like stressing. It was our first visit there. And I was like, oh my gosh, how much is these wisdom teeth going to cost me to get all out? And so they did the x-ray and we're sitting there, we're looking at it. And he's explaining that all four have to come out at the same time. And I'm like, all right. And he's like, we can do it all at once, anesthesia, this, that. And I just blurted out, like, how much is this going to cost? Even with our dental insurance, this looks really expensive. And he looked at me and he goes, you wouldn't ask the pilot how much the tickets are on the airplane, right, for airfare. And I went, well, I might. Like...
Is that an out-of-line question that Virginia asked? My dentist would be so cool if someone... He would not...
No, that's not a great response.
It's not a great response. It's not a good way to start off with me.
Well, look, you're doing a business and it is a lot of money and you should know your craft and stop acting like you're better than everybody.
He was trying to say, the nurses or the people up front will handle the insurance and paperwork. I don't deal with that. I'm the surgeon. To me, that was just like kind of a jerky thing to say. And when I get off on the bad foot with somebody, there's no recovering.
Yeah, I don't think that was a good move on him. Like, my dentist would be so cool if someone asked about money.
And if your response to that, even if he does not know, would be, I don't handle the billing.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I'm sorry. I don't even handle the billing. I have no idea what it is. I just do the surgery. But let me get my nurse, and she will explain all the details to you, financial details.
So that's why you had the bad feeling going in.
Yes.
It's a dicky way of saying it.
It is. And it's also a condescending thing.
Yeah, it is.
Like, if I would have been a man, would he have fucking said that to me? No,
course not,
probably
Virginia.
not.
Of course not.
If I would have been, a man, he probably wouldn't have spoke to me that way.
Yeah,
and so I don't fucking appreciate that.
That's right. Okay.
So that was the kind of energy I had going into Friday night, Kevin.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, there was a lot of it. I kind of went into the weekend. I just had a feeling that there was just going to be an air of fighting and fart in the air. So I just was like, we pretty much stayed home, just kind of laid low. I did check out a lot of stuff. Obviously, the big decision happened on Friday with the Supreme Court, and everybody just cannot talk civilly about that, unfortunately. There's a lot of very upset people. Did get some comments.
Well, Kev, I mean, Stephanie Tanner got pushed down. People are
big
fired
time.
up.
Yeah, girl went.
She went down hard.
Yeah, that was.
But I didn't see what she was doing before that. The video starts when she's being manhandled. Was she like being really aggressive with them?
That's the problem with a lot of video on social media. You only get, you get half of the video. You have no idea what happened before and sometimes even after.
No, you're right.
If you're one person and you go over to like 5 or 6 police officers and you start pushing them and manhandling them, I mean, they might push you back.
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you.
I honestly don't know what happened. I was just trying to make a Stephanie Tanner joke. But to your point, yeah, I'm never a big fan of when there's a big national story or even just a big global story and I only get 3 seconds of the video.
Yeah.
I want to see the whole thing, man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And maybe everybody just, I mean, if you're at a protest, you don't have to get physical. You can just protest without like hitting or punching or pushing.
And Kevin,
everybody.
And when you and when you say stuff, why we can't talk civilly, this is a response that I'm seeing. Ann Jean from Hollywood goes, no, we can't talk civilly when our rights are being taken away. And I think that's why you're going to see people so fired up.
Well, here's the one thing, because I spent a lot of the weekend, because I was interested in this. I said, this obviously going to be a big story, and I need to understand a little bit more about what's going on with the decision and understand even at a different level Roe versus Wade and what it all means. For my opinions and my viewpoints. And there was a lot that I learned by seeking out some good information. And I saw a lot of people were very emotional, and I can understand exactly why. But I think that they needed to probably absorb a little bit more information, process it, and then figure out the best way to go and to attack that position and what they need to do. Fully understanding what the Supreme Court decision was and sending it back to the states and how to act and how to do. I'm not taking away anybody's desires on this. I think it is a major issue, and I encourage people to get involved and be activists and actively vote and, protest, all that stuff that you need to do. But I think the first thing is really fully understanding what happened with the decision and what was said, and do a deep dive on that. And that's why I went into earlier on the show, I walked through what it means for you if you are in Florida and you're seeking out an abortion. What exactly is going on there? Because I saw a lot of people very emotional and screaming about rights and this and that and saying, okay, well, I didn't see anybody talking about it. It didn't seem like anyone really understood what the current laws were on abortion in Florida. And it's back to the states. Like it or not, it's back to the states. So where are we? You got to understand what that is and what's going on in Florida and what will happen in Florida. And so, get yourself ready and go fight on that. And, Tiffany had made a comment. I don't want to dismiss anybody's feelings about the show. I mean, we're not a political debate show. I know it's a big lifestyle type of judgment that happened. And, I understand why people are very emotional on both sides of it. But Tiffany had said, like, for instance, I guess a comment was made on the regular show today. She said, this is not a situation you can agree to disagree. I think that Virginia was wrong in this situation. We can agree to disagree on pizza toppings, not about removing people's rights. They're going after the right to contraception, gay marriage, even the right to gay relationships. Next, we can agree to disagree on that. I think not. Agree to disagree is a massive cop-out.
And that's why you're going to see people not having civil discussions.
Yeah, and I'm going to massive cop-out on anything this polarizing, because I know that we have a lot of listeners that are pro-life, and I know that we have a lot of listeners that are pro-choice, and I don't care to fight with either one of you.
And some people will just decide to bow out, and that's
I'm
where
gonna
you're going to be.
cop all day.
Now I'm going to
call me a cop out. It does not faze me in the least.
Okay,
I hope he doesn't think I'm offended by that or insulted or upset. That's what I'm going to do, because I want to remain friends with all of our listeners and be able to do what I'm hired to do, which is come here and be funny and have silly conversations and like everybody and not fight with anybody.
Well, it's just a matters of the heart kind of a topic.
Sure.
And I just know that when you got matters of the heart topic, people are going to they are going to be emotional, because this is a time where they feel like on either side, they feel like this is the time to get emotional. Because sometimes, sometimes emotion, I think a lot of times people will throw, "Oh, you're emotional" as a neg, and I'm not saying that you are, but sometimes there is a time to get emotional. I think it's an element a human should have. I think during times when it comes to matters of the heart.
Right. But, the one thing I'll say is I think the first thing is fully understand what the judgment was and what was said, because people are taking little fragments of the judgment and this and that, and then people get emotional and they say they're taking this away, they're taking that away. It's like I would encourage people to read a little bit more about the judgment, pump the brakes on that, and handle one thing at a time. If you're in Florida, what does it mean for you?
It's different from Florida to, say, Louisiana.
Yeah,
it's very different.
There's a pocket of states where there is going to be, some pretty big restrictions on abortion. I saw in Florida, starting on Friday, July 1st, we are backing back from 24 weeks to 15 weeks. What that means, though, is 98% of Florida's abortions take place before the 15-week mark. So this is something that would affect 2% of the abortions that we currently have in the state. Just so you have an idea what that is. And yeah, there's some things that you probably want to go and look into, because some of the language in there is, no exceptions for rape or incest. And people are saying, hey, I feel like I should have control over something like that. And so these are the things we're fully delve into what exactly is going on right now, because things are happening in your state legislatures that I think you ought to understand and know, and then be informed and then go fight. And
go vote on who you think should be in there making decisions that line up with what you believe, because that is the biggest way to do it.
The very smart thing is both of the challengers for Governor Ron DeSantis said, hey, we're going to be protecting abortion rights in Florida. So if that's, what your passion is there, then you had two candidates that I think probably wisely are running after that. So that's kind of where it is. So I would absorb all the information first. I think people were absorbing and reflecting emotion first. And I understand why you're emotional about it. No doubt on that. But I think that fully understanding and then saying, okay, what's my strategy on how we need to attack this? That is the best plan. Because I did notice on Twitter, all the yelling back and forth, there was nothing productive coming out of it.
Well, social media sucks balls when it comes to having a productive conversation. I get it's a great way to vent, but if you're looking for peace, tranquility, you're never going to find that on social media. Not even if you post anything up about a fucking pizza. You put a pizza up there, and there's going to be at least 2 or 3 dick noses that are trying to stir it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And social media is the wild, wild west.
Even in my own family, I see people already putting all kinds of opinions and ready to fight with other people in my family. I'm like, no.
The fighting...
I'm going to visit family very soon. I don't want all these people together fighting. It's not what I want.
The fighting does not get anywhere. Sitting down and trying to have a discussion, be like, let me try to understand you. And that's why, to me, getting the details right are so important, because when you're fighting with wrong details, that's where it's just, and that's really what I saw over the weekend. People with not really the right information were yelling back and forth. On both sides, they were wrong. And I was like, well, you're not going to get anywhere. I mean, first of all, you're too emotional. And second of all, you don't have the damn details right. So, try to absorb that information, understand the ruling and what's going on and where we are. And then
vote.
Yeah.
For whoever you think your opinions best line up with, because this is going to be probably the biggest hot button for all the politicians running.
People want to hold our feet to the fire, and I just wanted to address it and just say, hey, look, that's what we got to say on it. We're going to move on to the more fun things where people don't fight as much.
Yeah, I mean, I will openly admit I am not great at talking about the more of the social issues, so I try to... my goal is always to try to make you laugh or try to forget about the stuff. But I also understand too, Kevin, it's a big story. I mean, everyone's talking about it, and then we'll get called out for not bringing it up. So
that's why,
it's a weird place to be in, because I'll get comments about, someone will send me, we're so quiet about these serious issues, Bird. Well, I'm like, I'm over here just listening. I'm just, I'm trying to.
I'm just trying to be the guy that everybody likes. I'm not trying to make a bunch of new enemies.
Well, it's not even that. It's not that I want to be a pussy. I don't know if people want to hear the goofy guy's take on serious shit.
I don't think I'm informed enough to have a take. A lot of times, when it comes to all the political stuff, I mean, like Kevin said, I didn't do the research. I didn't do the deep dive into the information. So until I did, I don't know if I'm ready to be taking a position and yelling.
I just already know this conversation alone that we're having right now is already it's already pissing people off, and it's doing the exact opposite Kevin wants to do, is have a civil discussion, which I think people are saying you would be a great moderator. You're a great moderator.
I would do it if people would ever want to do that. I'd do a separate thing. So if you wanted to hear it, you could, but it wouldn't be on KVJ stuff. That I'd be happy to sit down with people and talk about it. Maybe we'll do that one day. Not today.
Would you be into something like that?
Yeah, I would, because I oddly enough, I like these type of topics, but I like having civil discussions and learning about them, and then saying, okay, what could we do? Because clearly there are desires, and people want there's a compromise in the middle. Let's find it.
And there's just so many different types of people that are out there that are like a Kevin that would love to be a moderator about that. Or they're like Virginia who wants nothing to do with it. Or there's people that want to really fight and get involved. There's all different types of people when it comes to this stuff. Yeah. And I think a big part of the fight is everyone wants everyone to be just like they are with how they see the world. And it's never going to be that way. Mm-hmm.
No, I would love to do it.
Yeah.
If people want to do it, let me know, and maybe I'll do a separate podcast. If you can talk civilly, we'll do that.
You kind of already have moderator hair.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's perfect. It's coiffed.
That's why I got it.
It really is spot on for moderating.
In fact, in the hair club manual you look through, I went right to the moderator section, and I picked out my hair right there. That's how it works.
It's also gubernatorial hair.
Yeah,
it's political
it's
hair.
Right next to it, yeah.
It's kind of smart hair.
Well, I think you also have the right temperament for the trade. You're able to because as soon as you get into the political world, you're going to get shit on, and you're going to also, you're the best because you believe what I believe, whatever whatever you're talking about. I think you can handle that kind of that heat.
I get the emotion. I do, and I understand. And it's tough to argue your points when you're so emotional. So yeah, you can always send your emails. We're fine with that. Thank you.
So the next thing I want to get into is Christianity. I was talking to. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm there for you all day long. We can talk.
Oh, this man had the Godcast. Bring your Jesus questions.
Yeah. I do love talking religion.
Yeah, I do too.
I love talking all that kind of stuff because everyone's got their own opinion. I love talking to atheists.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no doubt.
I really do. Yeah. I love hearing what people really believe, especially in the afterlife. I find that a pretty cool thing to talk about.
Maybe one day, Burr, we'll do a podcast of the most hot topics with the most calm people, if it's possible.
Well, I'm one of the people that I am emotional. So if it's something that's I try to get less emotional with certain things, but I'm speaking for emotional people because I know what it's like when you are fired up about something, especially if you really believe that with the core of your soul.
Oh, no doubt.
It's hard sometimes to keep that locked in, and I know I struggle with it.
Yeah, I hear you. It's tough not to get invested. I got an email here from Eric. He said, I was wondering if you guys had any way to implement a text-to-speak feature for the After the Show podcast. There's people on Twitch that do podcasts, and if you donate like $3, you can have messages read right there. Thought it could be a cool feature to connect with you guys. Yeah, I've seen that. There's a couple of podcasts that I listen to, and they've got their VIPs, and if they ask a question, then
they go right to the front of the class?
Yeah, and they answer them. And so, they'll answer other questions, but if you they'll make sure they answer every paid-for question.
Oh.
I have heard that. There's interesting little platforms that they do to try to make money now, because we're all trying to change the game. We're trying not to crush people with commercials, but then you got to make up that revenue somewhere else because you got to make money and pay people. And
I got an FPL bill, y'all,
yeah.
And the air conditioning is not going off at my house.
If we don't play commercials on our show, we really do have to do OnlyFans, and we have to do the sexual stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm too gross for OnlyFans. This body is not for OnlyFans.
Virginia's going to have to whip out them titty and that clitty. Kevin's going to have to whip out that ball and that dong. Bird's going to have to be doing some weird shit.
I feel like if you do a really close-up of my titty or clitty will be okay. It's only when you pan back.
I feel like we can capture the right... What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, there was...
like how you make a dong pic like really close up and blurry.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
But sometimes I think if you took a dong pick too far away, I think it'd look a little too small.
Prove it.
I don't know. I think if you're packing heat, you're good. Afar and near.
Sorry, Kevin. We're working out the details on our OnlyFans page.
Do you want to go back to go back to talk
about abortion?
Oh, I'm already getting those.
Oh yeah, you're fucked today, Kevin.
That's all right. I'll take them all on. You guys can go ahead and send me whatever you want, and I will comment with you here calmly.
Kevin can again, right temperament.
Yes, that's fine.
For the heat of the people.
Yeah, I can take your heat, and we'll have a nice discussion about
I'll email you back. Fuck this shit. What?
Ashley had said, so you have had all this talk, mostly between V and Bird, about your OnlyFans page, but so far it's just another Tom Cruise cruise. Let's get the ball rolling on this bitch and get some extra funding for y'all. Lord knows you could use an upgrade on the cameras and lighting in the studio.
You damn right about that.
Yeah, they are talking about that, by the way. There is discussions that hopefully we will have a studio upgrade with equipment.
2026.
We don't know. We're trying not to get my hopes up too much, but...
We may work one light into our contract, which would be, it's an upgrade.
Ooh, we get a new light bulb?
Mm-hmm. Says, I have some ideas for content that you could do that aren't going to be nearly as uncomfortable to shoot as some of the fetish type stuff that you mentioned.
Send us everything. Send us your list.
First one being a tasteful, sexy cooking demo from V, maybe wearing just an apron and filmed waist up, so it's not too revealing, but enough that some nationers will certainly pay to watch. Oh. Even if it's just for the recipe or other obvious reasons, you'd have our attention.
Wow.
I thought maybe Bird could do a similar video too, because it would just make sense, and he could certainly make it entertaining.
Well, and y'all, you guys are getting balls. It's OnlyFans. We're going balls out.
What if you make meatballs and show your meatballs?
Meatballs with the Bird.
The other
That's
idea.
disgusting. You guys, disgusting. I would ruin meatballs for everybody in our audience. I will not do that to y'all, I promise.
The other idea would be to actually make the KVJ horror movie have a couple of MA-rated scenes, mature audiences, and release it first on your OnlyFans. That way we could all support the film, and you'd have more freedom to take this one to the next level with some titties, female ones, of course.
I would like to put that out there. I'm not against putting titties in the movie, but the only nudity we have had so far is my ass. I feel weird about asking someone to. If someone was to say, "Yo, Bird, if you want to use my titties in the movie, you could do that," but
Suits told me that he wants his titties in the movie.
Suits got the lead this year.
Wow.
Oh yeah, wow. Well, he should have. He knocked it out of the park last year.
He got the lead.
That boy's got some acting chops.
What was his name? Jimmy Dunkman?
How dare you, Jimmy Dankman?
Jimmy
fucking Dankman.
Jimmy Dankman. Rocco walks around the house and goes, "I'm Jimmy fucking Dankman."
Well, I'm glad I'm helping out the youth.
It's a very quotable movie.
So that's a couple ideas. We could support the film, give you more freedom. Female titties, of course. You could always put a censored version on YouTube a week or so later.
Okay.
So it's available for everyone. I do understand the purpose of OnlyFans, it being mostly porn-based, but I think softcore type content could work for y'all on there too. Plus, you could always end the cooking demo with the weird ass foot thing Bird wants to do with food or some shit. Maybe it's weird at the end for the fetish community.
The only reason why I bring up the foot thing is that seems to be the one idea Virginia's responding. Now, y'all don't get it twisted. I am ready today to do OnlyFans. It's not up to me. I'm ready today to do the fucking dance off. It ain't up to me. I'm ready to do the fucking swim off. It ain't up to me. If you want to do OnlyFans, you let me know. And I got a camera guy, and I got the time.
I'm losing weight, so catch me in about 8 pounds.
Remember, I think that's why we couldn't do the dance off. Like, why can't we do the dance off? Oh, I gotta lose about 8 pounds.
It was, yeah, that was it. And that was.
I'm on the decline. I'm doing good. I'm down 4 pounds. I got about 8, 7 left, and then I'll see you on the dance floor.
Okay. I'm the only fucker going to Logan, Ohio, aren't I? I'm the only one. You're going to go?
I told you I would go.
We're definitely going together.
Bird, if you buy the tickets, we're going.
I got to buy all the tickets?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know. It's so much money, Virginia. I guess
I'm not paying to go to Logan to a Bigfoot festival that I don't want to go to.
I'll pay. That'll be great.
It's not my thing.
All right, that's fine. That's why I'm saying.
I'll buy your ticket to Mardi Gras. How about that?
That's why I'm saying. Realistically, I'm probably going alone, Kev. Well, we're not dating, dog. I'm not spending fucking $500 for your trip to Ohio so I can hear nothing but bitching the whole time.
And then I have to go get my own hotel room because I can't stay at Kevin's dad's house because of all the dogs and the cats. It's expensive.
Angie, I did offer. Let's get this. Virginia gave me a price. She said the whole trip was going to be $350 a piece. Virginia was wrong with the price. It's actually going to be about $600 a piece if we do the Logan thing.
Wow.
The price had doubled when I agreed to it. I mean, I will absolutely. I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
But now it's starting to become to the point where is this really worth? I'm definitely going to Logan. I have to.
Yeah. It's gotten a little. I know the airline stuff's just been a mess. So yeah, the prices are up. The flying's crazy.
I mean, I will buy it for you.
Well, you don't have to. If you don't want to, I don't want you to.
Well, I mean,
but I just can't. I can't buy it for me. I got too many. I owe the IRS over $7,000, so I can't be spending money on a Bigfoot trip that is not about me anyway.
Yeah, I'll just buy the ticket.
Okay.
It's gonna be a fun time, Kevin. I can tell. As all of our fucking trips are.
It'll be a fun video.
I think I'm gonna end up going by myself.
You can do that. I just worry about you traveling all that way by yourself because remember how shitty your trip was to Jersey when you were by yourself.
I've gone to Oregon. Yeah, that's not my fault. That's Jersey's fault.
Okay.
I've gone to Oregon several times.
All right.
By myself.
Fucking go to Ohio then.
It's my fault, Kevin.
I just can't.
Did you guys ever talk about abortion?
I mean, my God.
All right, so Roe versus Wade.
Right, as I was saying.
We're not doing the RV because we don't have enough time to. It's going to take way too long.
That would take us, seriously, 2 weeks.
Yeah, and gas.
Oh, my gosh, gas. That RV was very expensive to fill up. Can you imagine? We just went to St. Augustine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Going all the way to Ohio would be a lot.
Yeah, not cheap. A lot of challenges there. Got an email here from Jacob. Said, I heard you guys talking about using Rocco's voice for Waze navigation. I would totally use Jaybird imitating Virginia as my Waze voice. Turn left at the bushes, Cam.
You could do that. You could do a good one.
You can do. Anybody can do that right now with the Waze app. You can put any voice in there that you want. They just have to say like all the turn-by-turn things, and Waze saves it, and then Waze makes that voice your navigation voice. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, it is kind of a neat little thing they got going on there. Angela had sent an email in about prison versus jail. She said she works in a prison there. I'm a nurse at a jail correctional facility, and we get these guys coming in right off the street, and they're typically with us until they get sentenced. We've got a lot of inmates for years and years. Once they're sentenced, they can be with us for up to another 2.5 years. Plus, we have people who come in and out constantly. We get everyone from sex offenders, murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people who just fucked up once and never come back. And there's definitely sex going on in jail. Fights, drugs, all kinds of crazy shit.
Damn.
Yeah. Let me know if you ever have any questions. Feel free to ask. State Girl Angela sent that in.
Damn.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Crazy,
stuff.
insane.
Crazy stuff. Let me see here. I got an email from Angie. She said, I saw this guy. Would Bird or Denny's give this guy money? He's being honest. He's holding a sign that says, I need weed. I need weed. Do you just give him weed, or do you give him money for weed?
Because we know you got a nugget.
I think I'm probably going to look the other way, Kevin. I'm probably not. This is going to be one of the times I don't get involved.
Yeah.
I don't think anything good can come from this situation.
Yeah. Okay.
But I do admire the honesty.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Jeff, talking up the Science Museum, said if you think it looks great now with the recent work, just wait, as they received a massive amount of funding to add on.
Ooh.
It will end up being a multi-story building.
It looks great now. I can't wait to see what they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've done great stuff there. And he also sounded off on the pickle juice advice. I used to play professional beach volleyball. That was always in my cooler while playing tournaments, especially in South Florida. The only time I didn't drink some throughout the tournament, I cramped really badly. I also learned to use it after a hard night of boozing. Clears up that hangover a lot quicker. Oh, and those special sand socks are a lifesaver for any summer beach activities. We're talking about people, does anybody actually wear socks on the sand? And they do have cooling socks that you can wear.
Special sand socks.
Yeah, he said after one time of not using them during a tournament, I had the absolute worst foot blisters you could imagine.
Ooh.
How about that?
That's why it's kind of cool that I have decrepitative feet, because I could probably take a lot of punch on these things.
What kind of word is that? Decrepitative.
Probably not real.
It's good, though. I get it.
It's very descriptive.
Mm-hmm. Isabel from Fort Pierce said, I wanted to weigh in on great things to do here in the summertime. I just went to Pepper Park Beach this weekend with my boyfriend. Kids were with the grandparents. It's awesome. It's got a playground, food truck, lobster rolls, lemonade truck in the parking lot, bathroom, showers, and museum next door. The water was also so clear and beautiful, barely any people, and it had a lifeguard. We had a blast. Lots of crabs digging in and out of the sand. We'll definitely visit again soon with the kids. So one spot if you're looking for a place to go and not spend a lot of money. Of course, we got beaches.
They said food truck, huh?
Yeah. One with lobster rolls. The other one is a lemonade.
Yum.
I love
food truck.
I love me a food truck, especially ones that serve lemonade.
And lobster rolls? Yum.
Although there's some people who do not know how to make lemonade. What the
Really,
shit?
yeah.
Yes.
I can see where you'd have like really good lemonade or not.
Yeah, some really good lemonade can come from a food truck. But then I remember I was at one of those kind of little festivals and they had a food truck there. I spent $8 on this lemonade and it was shitty ass lemonade. I was so mad. And it was too much.
You want extra sugar. I know what you want.
No, they put too much.
Oh, too much sugar?
But it was so cheap tasting, and I felt like they didn't clean out something tasted dirty with it, but it was the balls for $9 lemonade, and it was shitty.
That's why you need to put vodka in it, because it'll kill whatever's dirty.
I mean, at that point, you're drinking vodka. I don't think you care about really anything.
Yeah.
You're just fuck it.
But lemonade and vodka go so nice together.
You still on the vodka train?
Yeah, well, it kind of was because Virginia got me a bottle of Atoll for my birthday. So I kind of been off a little bit, just kind of pumping the brakes on it. Was drinking wine with the Queen instead of having my cocktail, the vodka.
Virginia gets you a toll. So she got you a client present. That'd be like me giving
I bought that at the store.
yeah.
Like, hey, Kevin, I got you a box of Dunkin' Donuts.
No, I bought that at Singer Island Liquors.
It's really good.
I'm just doing jokes.
Yeah.
I don't want Kevin to think I got all his presents for free.
No,
I'm being a dick.
I love every single thing you got me. It's amazing.
I didn't get him anything, so
It's all good. Well,
I'm the real dick.
yeah, one of these days I'll get your birthday present too. We're all good. Yeah. I keep saying, I'm like, I gotta get Bruce present.
I still have Cannon's birthday present. It's on my drawer. I have my dresser at home.
Terrible at that stuff. It's, if the Queen doesn't do it, I'm bad at it. So yeah, but the Atoll's amazing. So yeah, I've been doing that. But I think I got a really good lemonade. I didn't, but I tried some. I think the Queen got it. It might have been, have you gotten a lemonade at Sunfest ever? I think it was one of those small booths at Sunfest.
Okay.
Yeah, right. And it's not even a booth. It's like that little stand that they have.
Yeah. So we had one of those guys at Crawfish Fest.
Okay, yeah.
And they just kill it. Yeah.
I think that was good.
So
Whatever
was it-
they were doing, they were mixing it up real nice.
Was that the booth with there were $17 a glass, or was it the one that was
I think it was
19?
cheap. I know, right? I don't think it was cheap. Yeah.
No, it's not.
I couldn't believe when she's buying. I'm like, you have freaking lemonade for that? I'm like, in my blog, like the kids sell for a nickel.
I know, and that was some good ass lemonade.
Good ass lemonade, yeah.
Not no mo.
Little 6-year-old girls can make a kick-ass lemonade.
Welcome to South Florida.
Can you, if I wanted to, maybe not me, if kids wanted to do a lemonade stand in the neighborhood, they're allowed to do that, or they need a permit?
In my neighborhood, because there are a bunch of see you next Tuesdays, they would probably shut it down. But most neighborhoods, I think you can still do that.
If I had a little, I don't know, fruit punch stand or lemonade stand, I was making some hand pies in my driveway, they shutting me down?
Technically, they could shut you down, but one of your neighbors would have to report it, and then code violation would have to come out and see that you didn't have a permit and then shut you down. But I mean, if everybody in your neighborhood's cool, I don't see the big deal. Let lemonade stands be lemonade stands.
And they can only shut you down if you're charging. If I'm just getting turned with some fucking hand pies I'm making, and I'm just making
Good- yeah,
I'm
good
having
question.
I'm having a lemonade.
If you're just
party.
giving out free lemonade, then it's just you being a kind guy.
Does that sound appealing? Hey, come on over. I'm having a lemonade party.
It sounds like you're definitely the predator in the neighborhood looking to get kids in his yard.
And I got some
yeah.
candies,
Hey,
kids.
I got lemonade. Who wants some free
That sounds a little
lemonade?
sketchy.
You're right.
Yeah.
Hey, kids, come over in your bathing suits for free lemonade.
All right.
Tara had this interesting request. She said, hey, I was wondering if you guys have the KVJ show opening song anywhere that I can download. I've got an 8-month-old daughter, and sometimes she'll have a hard time in the car, and she'll start crying. And I discovered a couple months ago that if I put the opening song on, she instantly calms down 9 out of 10 times.
Wow.
And sometimes it even lulls her to sleep.
Wow.
It's been a lifesaver.
It's the opening,
Yeah.
yeah, they're all on our YouTube page. If you type in KVJ theme songs,
Okay.
part 1 and part 2, they're 2 separate videos, and I believe it has just about every single theme song on there, all for free.
Oh.
And you could I don't care if you clip convert it and download it yourself.
For free?
Yeah.
That's cool.
She said, I usually play a podcast and rewind it as soon as the song is over, but I'd love to have it somewhere that I can just hit repeat and let it play. So we're getting ready for a road trip, and it'd be so helpful in case we lose reception. Okay, very cool.
I
Well, there you
love
go.
it.
Yeah, and I got to double check with Denny's. We do have some stuff that is available for download. We just did that about 2 or 3 months ago. So
Okay.
I don't want to give out bad information, but I'll give you an update tomorrow.
Okay, very cool stuff. All right, there you go. If you got any other questions, you can send them to us, mail at kvjshow.com. And if you want to yell at me all day long about Roe versus Wade,
Yes.
you can also send those in.
Kevin can't wait to get all of your
Yes.
abortion emails.
Oh,
Already got 'em.
Just in the subject line, put Kevin, you should die.
there's going to be one that's 9 paragraphs long.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
I
so
can already
long.
smell them cooking. Yeah. So, all right. Well, y'all have a good day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.